Hello everyone, welcome to another cannabis correction blog. On today's blog, I've got excellent news for you guys. A recent Gallup poll has been released, and it says that 50% of Americans agree that marijuana should be legalized. Now, just saying the word marijuana makes me want to put a point onto yesterday's video, but let's focus on the great news here. Cannabis is going to be legalized. Now, this was the intention of my blog from the beginning, and I'm by no means claiming that this blog did anything, really, other than elucidate a couple of people to some facts that were hidden, which is really, that's my goal. But I have to thank President Obama, actually, because as I discussed in yesterday's video about neuro-linguistic programming, the mind does not seem to hear no's or don'ts. Instead, it hears do. So when President Obama made the radical movement to go back on his word and focus on something that really shouldn't even be in his peripheral vision right now, what with us being in this depressed economy, however many wars it is now, I think that he just recently launched more troops into Uganda to squash rebel movements, which is pretty much what Occupy Wall Street's all about. It's about rebels. And he's just taking out his anger in other countries. So we've got all that going on, and he wanted to take away legitimate businesses, take away more jobs in this suffering economy, and I think that really pushed people forward to notice that there's nothing wrong with cannabis, nothing at all. There is only pros. The only time that you see anything negative occurring on cannabis is when a more-off, and I say more off than on because their minds are more switched off than on, when a more-off gets a hold of it. But other than that, it's fantastic, and that really goes for anything. Anything can really be ruined by idiots. But this poll, there's a link to it in the description below, and it is powerful. In Colorado, they are launching a movement, launching a petition to try and see if they could legalize it immediately right in their state. So definitely check that out. I believe that you can offer to donate $1 to help with the cause, and please do so if you can. Now, the point of marijuana that I made in the beginning of this video, wanting to go back to neuro-linguistic programming, that has been programmed. The term marijuana isn't even a plant. It's not even anything but William Randolph Hearst's racism towards Mexicans and his anger with cannabis being a replacement for his printing press. So whenever anybody says marijuana, try and correct them and tell them cannabis, because what they're spouting out is just a racist slur, in essence, from years and years ago. But again, that is some knowledge that has been lost or has been suppressed for some time now with the ludicrous laws we have today. I'm so excited to see what happens when cannabis is finally legalized. I'm just chomping at the bit to go to more data and do more studies about what the results will be in the society in other drug usage, such as medicines and hard drugs like cocaine. I mentioned this probably in another video before, but one of the reasons cocaine is a very popular drug is because it only stays in your system for about, I think, 72 hours, if I'm not mistaken, but it goes far faster through your system than cannabis does, which tends to remain in there, not active in any sort of way, but still traceable for at least a month. And with piss tests violating your rights to put whatever you want in your body as an adult, it's forcing more people to go towards hard drugs. So I cannot wait till this happens. I am so excited. The goal of this blog is going to be accomplished, and if you do recall from the first video, I said this blog will end pretty much when cannabis is legalized, or I won't stop until it's legalized. But I love coming on every day, or every other day, as often as I can, depending upon my schedule, and telling you guys some awesome information that I've learned in my own studies, my own readings, and then linking you to it so you can find the information for yourself and verify it, because that's what I'm all about. I'm a scientist, and I want verifiable data, and I want to spread my results. I'm not opposed to being proven wrong, but on the issue of cannabis, there's nothing that I've seen, no valid arguments proven to me, and I've broken them down logically. So, no valid arguments saying that cannabis should be illegal. And with 50% of the country waking up to this and realizing this, it's going to be tremendous. Pretty soon it's going to be the rest of the country, and I'm not saying the whole of the country, but I wouldn't be surprised if it rose up to 75% within the coming months as it escalates. That about does it for me today. Very excited, and these blogs will still continue on after cannabis is legalized. That's the point I wanted to try and make to you. Instead, what will be going on, instead of me telling you the myths of cannabis that have been perpetuated, I probably still will tell you that because it's not fully legal in other countries. I think America making it legal will be a humongous step because we police the world. I'm not happy with us policing the world in the least bit, but I'm not the politics here, and it's just a pure factor that if we make something illegal, a grand amount of other countries are going to make it illegal too. I feel like this is really going to be a re-emergence and reawakening of our consciousness and really stimulate people's minds and bodies to feel better, to do better, and to project more happiness. So, I'm DeoGenZ. I'll see you in another blog. Hopefully, cannabis will be legalized soon. See you then.